What's up, guys? WWE Stage Creator back again with another video. Today I have your Backlash 2020 review. Now, coming into this show, the expectations for me were a bit bigger than normal. You know, there were some things on this show that I was getting hyped about. You guys absolutely blew up the Backlash action figure matches. Thank you so much. Go check them out if you haven't already. But going into this show, the expectations were a little bit higher. They were hyping this matchup up for the greatest wrestling match ever. We all knew that was just a marketing ploy, but these guys did put on a great show, and we'll talk about that in more detail a little bit later in the review. But this show, if I gotta be honest, you know, it was very uneventful. You know, there were a couple things that were good, but seriously, most of this stuff you can really skip, and we're going to get into it and tell you what's good and what's bad about the show. But we started off on the kickoff show. We had Apollo Crews defend his United States Championship against Andrade in a rematch. And Kevin Owens is getting involved in this feud. I don't know if he's feuding with Angel Garza or if it's just a way to get him feuding with Apollo Crews. But, you know, Kevin Owens takes out Angel Garza to help Apollo Crews get the victory over Andrade. Be interesting to see if Kevin Owens turns heel again. You know, he just turned babyface recently, so it'll be weird if he flips back to heel already. But, you know, Kevin Owens is always really good as a heel, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes from there. But Apollo Crews retains the United States Championship. Then we get on to the main card. We move on to the Women's Tag Team Championships, getting a spotlight here. Starting off the show with a triple threat Women's Tag Team Championship match. It was the Iconics versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. They had a little promo before the match, kind of teasing, you know, them breaking up. They obviously seem pretty fine right now, but obviously the tag titles are gonna contribute to these guys breaking up eventually. Seems like they're kind of dragging it out, maybe for when the crowd comes back, but good stuff here. This is really, really good stuff. Reminds me of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho back in 2016. These guys are doing great stuff, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out when they do eventually turn on each other. Who's going to be the babyface? Who's going to be the heel? It'll be interesting to see, but they retain. Sasha Banks rolls up Alexa Bliss, and they pick up the victory. Decent match. Nothing you really need to go out of your way and see, but, you know, it was all right. And, yeah, they retain as expected. Then we move on to Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. Now, this feud has been one of the most entertaining on SmackDown in the past few weeks. Really, really good stuff here. I know it's very controversial with Jeff Hardy and everything going about that, but, you know, it's a redemption story. He was framed by Sheamus, and I think it's... what the hell? He was framed by Sheamus and all this stuff, like, you know, you don't need me to explain the storyline. You've already seen everything, but basically, Sheamus framed him, and he's manipulating his situation in the past to make him look bad, and this is all going to turn out all right for Jeff Hardy. You know, Jeff lost to Sheamus here, but next pay-per-view, I'm expecting a cool Extreme Rules type match between these two. That's why I didn't do a Backlash match, because I thought they'd have a much better match at Extreme Rules, which I will do. Definitely one of the better matches on the show. If you want to watch it, go ahead. It's a good time. Then we had the Raw Women's Championship match, basically a filler match just to prolong this feud to Extreme Rules, and they both got double counted out. Pretty match. You don't need to see this. It was a filler match so they can set up a match at Extreme Rules in a hardcore stipulation, which will be a lot better than this. Then we had the Universal Championship match, a handicap match for the Universal Championship, and these two were expecting to both be co-WWE champions when they win, but it was announced to them earlier in the night that only the person who pins Braun Strowman would become champion. So, in the end of this match was actually really, really good, and then it just ended. You know, it was just starting to get good, and then it ended for some reason. It was weird. It should have gone on way longer than it was. But, you know, the end saw Miz hit a skull-crushing finale with an assist by John Morrison. Morrison went for the pin. Miz pulled Morrison off because he didn't want him to become WWE Universal Champion. He wanted the championship for himself, and it was that mistake that cost them the match. Braun Strowman retains as expected. I don't think anyone really expected Miz or Morrison to become champion in this match. A lot of people were kind of expecting Otis and The Fiend. I didn't expect Otis. I think that's definitely going to happen later on. They're definitely going to wait to do a cash-in for the crowd, especially for a guy like Otis. So don't really expect that in the next few months. Expect him to hold on to it for a while. Braun Strowman, I definitely expect him to have a feud with The Fiend. You know, The Fiend isn't done with him. I think he's off taking time because his wife, JoJo, had a baby. So I think they're taking time off for a bit. I think The Fiend will be back for Extreme Rules. And The Fiend versus Braun Strowman in an Extreme Rules match, definitely expect that, and that'll be really, really cool. I think this match was just so Braun Strowman's championship reign could be extended, because it seems like he may lose it to The Fiend. Who knows, time will tell, but pretty good match here. Then we had the WWE Championship Match, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. Very anticipated championship match. I wouldn't mind whoever won this, Drew McIntyre, Lashley. Kind of want to see Lashley win the championship versus Brock Lesnar. That would be really, really nice. But, you know, Drew McIntyre is the guy right now. They're investing in him. He's going to hold the championship for a long time, I reckon. So it was obvious Drew McIntyre would win here. But these two put on a hell of a championship match. Really, really good match between these two. And in the end, it was Lana who cost Bobby Lashley the WWE Championship. Basically, she came down, she was just being stupid, came on the apron, arguing with the referee, and then Lashley's telling her to get down, and Drew nearly hit Lashley into Lana, and then he did, and then Lana went into MVP, Claymore to Lashley, and 1, 2, 3, Drew McIntyre retains. So it seems like they're splitting off Lana and Lashley. I wonder if Lana's going to get fired now that they have really no use for her. They're splitting her off from Lashley, and because Rusev got fired, so will Lana get fired? Who knows? This may be the last time we see Lana. We'll have to wait and see. But Drew McIntyre retains. I do expect Lashley to face Drew at the next pay-per-view, probably. But who is next for Drew? You know, Jinder Mahal got injured, and I thought he was going to be the next to face Drew, but obviously not now. So who you got to face Drew? We'll have to wait and see. Comment down below who you think will face Drew in the future. But now we went to a weird cinematic match between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. Now, it was supposed to be a match between them, and they announced it earlier in the day, and I was like, what the hell? Why would you just announce it out of nowhere? You know, they should have built it up for this long, like, feud they've been doing. And a lot of people have been saying it's cringy and, like, anything you can do, I can do better stuff. I thought most of it was pretty good. There were definitely some cringy stuff, some stuff that was trying to be funny, but it wasn't. And some of the stuff I didn't like, but a lot of it I did. I loved the basketball one. That was really, really good. But this here was very entertaining. I really liked it. I saw a lot of people hate on it on Twitter, but, you know, I thought it was really good. I thought it was fun. One of the funnest things on the show here. One of the most entertaining. Very, very cool thing. They destroyed Braun Strowman's car. They went through a glass. There were ninjas. Akira Tozawa came out on a motorcycle with a bunch of other guys and ninjas. It was craziness, and it was fun. And if you're in the mood for that kind of stuff, it will be entertaining to you. So yeah, I thought that was really cool stuff, and I'm really liking what they're doing with these guys. The Viking Raiders, some people may be angry that they're doing this goofy comedy stuff, but, you know, they're showing another layer of them. They're not just one-dimensional monsters. They're having fun. They're doing cool, unique stuff and showing personality, and that's always a good thing. Now we are at the main event, the match that everyone wanted to see, the match the people paid the network price for. This was the match that everyone wanted to see, the greatest wrestling match ever. Was it that? It was a great match. These guys did way better than I expected. They really pulled all the stops out. They were doing all sorts of craziness. It was really, really fun. We started off the match. We had the referee all dressed up nice with the bow tie, all old school. And Randy Orton and Edge were announced by Howard Finkel. I don't know how they got his voice for Randy Orton and Edge. Must have been an old one. But rest in peace, Howard Finkel. That was really cool with the MSG like microphone coming down and Howard Finkel's voice. Very, very nice. They had enhanced crowd and cinematic angles for the camera, and they didn't utilize the camera angles too much. Some of it, they had the camera in the ring, they had the camera on the post. the above camera, which was cool. And yeah, it was good. I thought the enhanced crowd was really nice and pretty seamless. It worked really well, especially with the fans that they had in the arena, so it kind of blends. If they didn't tell us, some people wouldn't even realize. It was pretty seamless, it was good, and it really helped the match. One really crazy thing that happened, it was on the announcer's table. Edge was laid out on the announcer's table. Randy Orton goes and whispers in his ear, "I'm gonna effing kill you, you mother effer." So that was pretty crazy if you guys caught that. But yeah, Randy Orton is one crazy dude. And then he got busted open. I don't know if it was hard way or he was blading, but Randy Orton got headbutted by Edge, and then he was just busted open. So that was pretty cool to use blood in the match. Definitely really nice for the greatest wrestling match ever. And then they started using a bunch of other people's finishes. A lot of the people who were talking about the match leading up to it, they used their finishes like Kurt Angle's Angle Slam, the kill switch from Christian, the chops from Ric Flair, all sorts of stuff like that, the pedigree. And they were doing a lot of big moves that weren't finishing moves until the very end, which was really, really nice. But the athleticism and the storytelling was really, really great from both guys. And in the end, I think there was like 2 RKOs and there were 2 spears, and they kicked out of both of them. There might have been 3, I'm not too sure on that. But in the end, Randy Orton brings back the punt, and he punts Edge, and he picks up the victory. Very, very awesome way to end the match. I never thought they'd actually do the punt, especially for Edge, who's got neck issues and stuff, but it was really, really great. Randy Orton picks up the victory just like I predicted in my match. You know, everyone thought Edge would win, and, you know, this was pretty 50-50. Either one of these guys could have won, but Randy Orton definitely needed this victory. If he lost 2 times in a row to Edge, he would have lost all momentum. There would be nowhere for Randy Orton to go from here. You know, he really needed this to move forward. But these guys obviously going to have a third match. They're going to have a big third match, either at Extreme Rules or SummerSlam. Probably SummerSlam, I reckon. But one third match to blow it all off. Probably a stipulation match. Or maybe 2 out of 3 falls or something like that. But yeah, this was really, really good. Really recommend you guys go watch this match. Really enjoyed it. Gotta give them credit. I can't say it's the best match ever. I can't say it's the greatest wrestling match ever, but definitely a really, really great match. These guys did really, really well. Thank you guys for watching this review. Please like this video if you liked it. Comment down below what you thought of Backlash 2020. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video.